What up, guys? Bart here with the Champ Russ, and today we're gonna clear up some of the definitions that I see in the comments and online where people don't quite understand or know, or they're just curious what raw powerlifting is. So what's raw lifting, what's raw powerlifting, and what's cooked powerlifting?
So raw powerlifting is basically like lifting in your underwear. So you have to pull up to the gym, no knee sleeves, no wrist wraps, no belt, and just lift like in your underwear. And
That's raw powerlifting?
Yeah, that's raw powerlifting.
How come I don't see anyone do that?
They're not real raw powerlifters.
Oh, they're not?
No. They don't take it seriously, no. But in a real sense, raw powerlifting is basically you don't use a squat suit or a deadlift suit or a bench shirt, and you don't use the knee wraps that go around your knees.
So it's supposed to mimic as, I guess, raw as possible, whereas on the flip side, it's more assisted, right? Like a single ply, or like the bench shirt, you see people coming out like this, where they have to like get
You're stuck like that, and you have to get in a very specific position in order to even move.
Yeah. So what about when people, they see people like powerlifting with knee sleeves, is that considered raw?
Yes, that is raw powerlifting. It's funny because even when I first started powerlifting, I'm like, that's not raw powerlifting. Like knee sleeves help you, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
But if you're not using knee wraps, which give you about, I want to say maybe 50 to 70 pounds, depending on how you,
how tight you
wrap it. Knee sleeves don't help as much as that. So if you're just using knee sleeves, that counts as raw powerlifting.
So the biggest difference, I think, is for raw powerlifting, if you treat it as a sport, there's like a very specific definition, right? Like raw means knee sleeves is okay, singlet is okay, is belt okay?
Yeah, belt's good too. So I think the biggest difference between raw and classic powerlifting is the fact that you do use a squat suit, which transforms your squat to a whole different level. So you could lift raw without a suit and have maybe a 400-pound squat, but when you put on that squat suit,
yeah, tell me what can I do?
when you put on that squat suit, you could probably bump it up to maybe 500 to 600 pounds, depending on how good you are at technically using that particular squat suit.
That's it? Only 100-something pounds?
That's a lot. You don't think?
I don't know. I mean, so I've seen people do like 600 pounds.
Yeah.
And then in a squat suit, and if you know how to stretch it out right, you know, where the guys, they squat like this, and they go like straight down, and they hit like 1,000.
Yeah, I'm just talking in a very like minimalistic way.
Oh, I see.
Not to get people's expectations too crazy, but I mean, you're correct.
Damn. Have you ever tried, it's not, is it called geared powerlifting?
Yeah.
Yeah, with gear, right? Like, would you, because gear has
multiple meanings. Yeah, I'm thinking too.
Which gear are you talking about?
Yeah, I've done geared powerlifting before. So yeah, let's just call it suited powerlifting, or just classic powerlifting.
Okay, yeah, have you ever done it with?
No, I have not.
Gear?
I have not. I would have to get a very specifically made suit just due to my musculature and just like how my body is.
Yeah.
But when I first started powerlifting, I had coaches that were into suits and classic powerlifting, and they really wanted me to get into that.
But you didn't want to?
No, I've never even put a suit on.
Oh wow.
No.
How come?
I personally, please, like real, or the powerlifters out there, don't get mad at me.
Powerlifter OGs?
Yeah, powerlifting OGs. I just I have a certain sense of pride of knowing I could go into a gym unassisted and just lift weights, like just me and the weight. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I just never enticed me to get into like putting on a suit and things of that nature.
So you don't think knee sleeves help then?
It's like, when I first started out, I was like, I think knee sleeves help, so I don't use them.
Yeah.
But in a sense, like it probably adds maybe 5 pounds, if that. It's more so about keeping your knees healthy and warm.
So if we're talking about the sport of powerlifting, can you go through one by one what equipment is allowed in raw powerlifting?
Yeah, for sure. So luckily enough, conveniently, I do have some of the equipment that you use on the platform.
Yeah.
The first thing, the most basic thing that a powerlifter needs is his singlet. So kind of like what we discussed earlier, this singlet isn't really going to give you much of a boost. I can't even talk. Of a boost on squat. So the singlet is very straightforward. Now, if I was a classic powerlifter, my suit would give me probably like 100 to 150 pounds on my squat. But this literally, it's just a singlet. Also, another reason why we wear the singlet is because this helps the judges kind of judge the lift. So just the technical aspects when it comes to squat, make sure you're hitting depth. Also, locking out on deadlift, making sure your butt doesn't come off the bench as well. This is pretty uniform, and every single powerlifter does have to wear this whenever you compete. So next up, we have the knee sleeves. So like you said before, the knee sleeves, I mean, it maybe adds 5 to 10 pounds, depending on how tight you get these. I wear extra small.
Extra small?
Yeah, I wear extra small.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I wear extra small. I know a lot of people kind of
What?
freak out when I say that.
That's crazy. How long does it take you to put your knee sleeves on?
These actually, it takes me like 2 seconds.
What?
I roll my socks up. So the trick with that is I just roll my socks up to my knee joint and just slide it on. I think it's just because I have small knee joints. I don't know.
They look bigger than mine.
Nah, my knees are definitely smaller than yours.
Really?
Yeah. But anyways, you don't get as much boost from your squat using these knee sleeves. Now, if I were using wraps, that would give me like probably another 50 pounds. Then we have the belt that I use on squat and deads. Some people use this on bench as well. Pretty straightforward. This is probably one of the pieces of equipment that kind of make people think that it's not raw powerlifting because you're using assistance. You do get a significant boost from your belt. Most powerlifters do. I would say that,
especially on the deadlift.
Yeah, deadlift and squat to a certain extent. Like I could probably squat maybe 630 without a belt, but then with a belt, like it's a lot different.
What does it get up to?
Probably like 700, something like that. Yeah. I just can't imagine now as a lifter like squatting without a belt. I feel like I feel naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we put this to the side. And then shoes, kind of a gray area, but I just wanted
Adds like 50 pounds, right?
Yeah, depending on how cool they look.
Yeah, true. You do get like 50 more likes.
That's very true. That's very true. But I would say like for the most part, honestly, like shoes, some people like to wear heeled.
Are these off-white wrestling shoes?
Yeah, custom made.
What?
From Virgil himself.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
You know him like that?
I know people that know him.
What the?
Yeah. No, I'm lying.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to seem cool on camera.
I was like, damn, that's crazy.
No, I don't know him. I don't know him. Please, also too, Off-White, if you see this. Someone gifted it to me. I didn't, Okay, and the last piece of equipment here is we have the wrist wraps. So wrist wraps are going to not necessarily really help with the lift itself, but
why would they want to buy them?
I was going to explain.
Oh, okay, cool.
It keeps your wrist from getting cranked too far and injuring them. So it just kind of keeps it straightforward and helps you keep that position, which can in turn lead to a bigger bench, but structurally, it's just for the wrists to stay healthy.
That's what I kind of think like the philosophy behind all of this stuff is, where most of it is mainly for safety, but like in all competition aspects, people want to gain the edge. Mm-hmm. So even for me, for wrist wraps, like when I'm training normally, I wrap it down here, and it's just in case like one day my wrist rolls, then I'm safe. But in competition, I wrap it like all the way up to like my knuckles. Yeah. So then that way my wrists are almost like this, and it's the weight that's making it straight. Yeah. So I think when people see that, they're kind of like zooming into the competition advantage part of it and assuming that it assists, whereas it's really just for safety and you can lift a long time.
Yeah, that's actually a good point because there's a lot of different angles that you can take with these pieces of equipment to help you get more of a boost from your performance. So even with the singlet that we just mentioned, some people kind of like go 2 sizes down just to make it fit tighter. So they have people that do that. Yeah. So they have more of a just compression feel to it, almost like a suit, but it's not like you're definitely not going to get the type of output you would out of a suit. But you'll probably get like an extra, maybe like 5 pounds, if that.
I heard of a guy that wears extra large t-shirts and then he wears a small singlet. You know anyone like that?
I don't know.
Oh, all right.
This is a large singlet.
All right, so if they want to learn more about powerlifting or watch you train, where can they go to check out all of that stuff?
You can find me at Russwole on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and now TikTok.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, I need to get on that.
Get it on. You do reels, and then transition into TikTok.
All right, thanks for teaching me that kind of stuff. All right, thank you guys. See you guys next time. Peace.